Welcome to our Autism Awareness Month special webinar tonight. Thank you for joining us. We are very privileged today to have a guest speaker who's going to speak to us all about occupational therapy, useful things that you can use around the house. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very memorable night and useful to a lot of parents that we have on the call. So I do expect people to start joining as we are going through the webinar today, but that's fine. So just a little bit of housekeeping. I would ask if everybody can just keep themselves muted throughout, just so we don't have many interruptions. This is also being recorded and will be uploaded to our YouTube channel and our other social media platforms. So if you do have any questions as you're going through, please do start putting them in the chat. We will have about 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes at the end to have any questions that you may have for Olatunde. And also, if there's any questions as we're going throughout that you might want to stop and ask, but Olatunde will tell you how she's comfortable and what she'd like to do and her preference. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Autism Circle of Support, what we do, who we are, and how you can get in contact with us. So let me just try and share. Let's see if it will allow me to share. Bear with me. Okay. Until you're going to let me know if I'm sharing. So you should be able to see my screen now.
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay, great. So, as I said, my name is Charlotte Dick. I am the CEO and founder of Autism Circle of Support. Autism Circle of Support has been going for about 2.5 years. So we operate in the UK and also in Nigeria. This month we are celebrating autism awareness, of course. And this is something that, hasn't been around, just for a little while. We're talking roughly nearly, goodness, I think it's nearly 20 years or just 18 years that autism awareness has been celebrated. It was originally started by the United Nations, and it was to get people to understand what autism is, and also what acceptance looks like. As the years have gone on, you might start to hear the language around autism awareness change. So it's gone from autism awareness to autism acceptance. And I think, this really highlights that, yes, we know autism exists. There are still pockets of places, I would say also communities within the UK and within Nigeria that they are not aware of what autism is, but we know that the understanding is much greater now. So, what do we need to do now? And it's about acceptance, and this is kind of why we are here. How do we now move on from the awareness? How do we help and support people who are autistic and their families live well and live life to their fullest potential? And that's what we stand for. So let's meet the team. So we are fortunate to have a great team. I would say all of my team operate from Nigeria, and it works well. I'm in the UK, they're in Nigeria, but we communicate all the time, every day, multiple times throughout the day. So we have Olatunde Praise, who is one of our lead volunteers. She's a parent liaison volunteer who recently joined us. We also have Ore, who is our branding manager. She's the one that keeps everything ticking over on our social media platforms. It's not me. I don't have the capacity to do that. We also have our programs manager who recently joined us. So our old programs manager left and we've got a new one, and her name is Hilary, and she is also wonderful. And I'm sure you'll see her probably in the chat later. Also have Deborah Allison, who's our business administrator. She's also one of our lead volunteers, who is also fantastic. And Doyin Sola, who makes everything tick over, keeps me in check, and makes sure that ACS is working properly. Also, we have our newest, also a new volunteer, a lead volunteer, should I say, who's Alaitan, and she's our training coordinator. So we have our organization is a not-for-profit. It is a NGO within Nigeria. It's also registered in the UK as a CIC. And, what helps us to run as a, organization that doesn't have really much money coming into it. It is the people behind, it's the community. They are my foundation, the team. They keep me going, even when it's the times that are difficult. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, is this worth it? What am I doing? They make me want to get up every day and keep going, keep pushing for individuals with autism within UK and within Nigeria. And it makes, me look at myself and reflect and think, wow, this is great. We're doing a wonderful thing, and I can't wait to see what we will be doing in the future. So let me next slide. So why did I start this? So these are my boys, my beautiful boys. Anyone's that's seen or heard me speak before, I will always talk about my children. They're the reason why I'm doing this. On the maybe your left of the screen, who with the little dreads is Nehemiah, although this is an old picture. His hair is much longer now. And my son Gabriel on the right, who is a very cheeky smile, and he's still very cheeky. He's 10. So I started, with my two sons, or first with Nehemiah. I know how hard it was, and how hard it still is. So I wouldn't say I'm still living, I'm still learning, just like any other parent who has a child who is neurodivergent. There's always different milestones, different changes, different challenges that you'll have to come up or upon every day. So I knew what I went through. I knew how challenging it was to navigate the system here in the UK, even just to get into school, just to get them support that they need was something that, I had to sit down, read, research, and it takes a lot out of you. It's very challenging, very tiring, very draining. And I wanted to make sure that nobody else had to go through what I had to go through. I wanted to be able to provide that support, and understanding resources, whatever I could do to make people be able to navigate the system better. So also the lack of culturally inclusive support that was available, and this goes within the UK and Nigeria, is how do we support people who are from, a minority black background, if they're black, and how do we make sure that they are seeing or experiencing things in the way that will resonate with them. So our mission is simple. I don't want any parent to walk this journey alone, because it can be very, very lonely. I've got a couple of friends that I know me well, who are joined the call tonight. And we are there to support one another. And without them, it would be a very lonely journey. Also, is really for every autistic individual to live life to their fullest potential. And that's all I want. I want everybody who is autistic to be able to live life to their fullest potential. What is it that they can do? Not just kind of dismissing them and saying, actually, well, they're autistic, they can't do anything, because that's not true. And that's like with every individual, even if he was neurotypical. So what we do, I'm just going to run through this quickly because I don't want to take too much of Olistunde's time. So we have a range of services that we provide. Currently, we have advice and support clinics. They run every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. We can give you those details later. It's all on our website. If you go onto our website, you'll be able to get that, and my team will put that in the chat when we're finishing. Also, we provide training for teachers, therapists, and organizations. Look, as I said before, we look at culturally inclusive autism resources. So we make sure that it's tailored for the community that we're trying to reach. And also we do some community engagement. And the hope is that we have an independent living skills centre in Nigeria. We haven't got it yet, but with that is something we're working towards. So what's our achievements so far? So this is probably a little bit out of date, this slide, because I've used it before. So 30 plus parents supported. We've had conferences that's held in Lagos. So last year, actually, this time a little bit later, in April, we had recently a national art competition in Lagos. And we partnered with Saraceni Hub in Lekki and also with the Horniman's Museum here in the UK. So that artwork is actually still on display. If anybody wanted to see it, I think it's there until tomorrow. And it will be then go down and will come back to me. We also create resources for people, parents, sorry, and there's been about 15 different resources. And when I say 15 different, I'm talking about our designs of leaflets, etc. that's available. Also, we do neurodiversity training, which is in Nigeria, and that's for teachers. I can see it's got wrong, apologies. We also, can I just remind everyone to mute themselves just so we can enjoy the experience? So growing volunteer team, as you can see, we're always expanding. We've got strong partnerships across the UK and Nigeria, and it's definitely still growing and a lot of interest here in the UK and in Nigeria. And I'm looking forward to those future collaborations and partnerships. So future projects, let's look at what's coming up now. So we have our really big project, which is coming up. We have a huge event in Lagos next month in Ikeja. We've got a sensory-friendly cinema experience for children and their families. So it will be held on the 9th of May. We will put the link in the chat. So if anybody is in Lagos and wants to attend and you have a child who would benefit from a sensory-friendly experience, please do click the link, fill out the form, and come along on the 9th. I will be glad to meet all of you. We also have this week coming on Thursday, we've got a Beyond Awareness. It's an influencers panel. So it's a social influencers panel. Two parents who have children with autism who document their lives on such as Facebook, TikTok, etc. They'll be doing a Q&A. It's on the 16th of April. So if you're joining us from UK and also from Nigeria or West Africa, we're on the same time zone now. So it'll be at 7 p.m. our time. And if you're in Central time in the America, it's at 1 p.m., I believe. We are also carrying out this month of April, in celebration of Autism Awareness Month, we're doing a sensory friendly assessment. So the team on the ground in Nigeria are going out to supermarkets, banks, and making sure that we look at those and see how they can be more sensory friendly. Are they meeting the needs of people who are neurodivergent? And also we'll be working with them and tailoring a bespoke program to get them up to the standard where they are sensory friendly. I'm hoping that that can lead to an accreditation later on. We are launching our neurodiversity student ambassador program, and that will be starting before the end of the year. And then we will also be launching a parents group. Um, we will be doing a general one, but we want to focus, and it will be Olatunde, so she'll be focusing on also the fathers. So in particular, I am pulling my husband in to be a bit more. You see him, he's always in the background, he's here, but he's going to start leading on the fathers group, which will be great. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to start doing some neurodivergent awareness here in the schools in UK. And I've spoken to you already about the autism friendly business accreditation. So how can you support? So partner with us. If there's anybody on the call that would like to partner with us, sponsor us. This is a non-for-profit organization. Any money that we make goes straight back into the organization. If you want to volunteer, we are always welcoming volunteers into our community, into our ACS family. Share our work. Make sure that you are sharing with people who you think that could benefit from it. We don't want to leave anybody out. And it's always word of mouth how you hear about these things. And just to stand with us, if you know somebody who is an autistic family, or you yourself are somebody who has a child, a family member, or just a friend that's autistic, it's just about making sure that we are how we have the awareness, but it's about acceptance and making sure that they feel included and part of society. Okay, we'll give you those details after. I'll stop sharing and I'll be quiet. And this is the most important part of today's session. So we are going to hear from Olatunde. Welcome, Olatunde. I'm going to hand over to you. You're on mute.
All right. Good day, everyone. Let me
Welcome.
show my face a little bit. Good day, everyone. How are you doing? I'm glad you are all here this night. Wherever you are joining us from, good morning, good afternoon, good day, good. Can I say no? Not good night yet. How are you doing? Please, I wanted to react the way you feel right now. Are you happy, sad? Stress. I hope you all had a good weekend. So please kindly drop the way you are feeling right now. We want to, um, can I say, we just want to know how you feel. Yeah, you're happy. I'm also happy. Thank you all for coming in tonight for today's session. Really do appreciate your little time. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, friends, families. Yeah, thank you so much for joining tonight's session. And we are in the month of autism awareness, right? So, oh, stress. I'm so sorry about that. Stress. Please, you consider a little thing to just relieve yourself for stress. You can listen to music this night before you go to bed, or you dance it out. Yeah, if possible, you can just do some exercise or dance it out, or listen to music, or journal the way you feel, the way you're stressed, why were you stressed, all of those things. You can just journal it down in your notes, and I'm very sure you're gonna be okay after that. Or you take a cold shower, or eat a good food. So yeah, thank you. All right, I'll be sharing my screen right now. Let's go into our business for the day. Please, can you all see my screen?
It's just coming through. Yeah, we can see it. It's not on slideshow yet, though. Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay. So we are about to get started. Little steps, big wins. Simple strategies to start. So, my name is Olatunde Praise, as Miss Charlotte has introduced me earlier. I am an occupational therapist here in Nigeria with 3 years experience, and I've met with a lot of parents, families, caregivers, and I've met a lot of people, and parents are really tired. Why some? I think out of 100%, um, I'll give it to 40% of parents that are very aware of what we call children on spectrum. Why 60% are still in denial? And it is not very, very easy. Even some don't really know what it is. They just feel like, oh, my child is very, very stubborn. I think you should be able to do this. Why is my child not doing this? And you're comparing the firstborn with the secondborn. There is comparison and all of those things. We just need to speak to the right people, organization, professionals, ask questions, and I'm very sure that you will get what you want. So let's move on to the next slide. Um, we see you. We see you. We actually see everything that you do. We see you. And we know it's very, very hard. Oh my God. Please, can we all drop a favorite emoji to just appreciate all the parents that are here with us? Like, it's not easy. Parenting is not easy. I really do appreciate you, all that you do for your child, all that you do for your children, especially the ones on spectrum. We really do appreciate your effort so far. Thank you, mommy. Thank you, daddies. Thank you, grandmas. Thank you, caregivers. We really do appreciate it. So, acknowledging the deep love and tiredness efforts you pour into parenting. Parenting is a lot, and recognizing the exhaustion and the constant race against time. Oh, I want my child to do this. We have a lot of things to do. We have a lot of things to do. I don't know what's happening. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, we
Oh,
can.
okay. All right. So, sharing the ultimate goal, helping your child thrive and build confidence. So let's drop. Now, I want you all to drop your child's age and one daily routine you find challenging in the chat. It can be dressing, it can be hygiene, it can be social skills. So we say, my child, I don't know, I'm finding it difficult for my child to eat a specific type of food. You can just, I want you all to drop your child's age and one daily routine you find challenging in the chat. I'm waiting for us, please. Your child's age and what routine you find challenging in the chat. It can be dressing, it can be brushing. Oh, I can see Ramat, 9 years, bedtime. Even I as an adult, sometimes I find it difficult to go to bed, right? So I acknowledge that. Oh, 10 years, meantime. It's a lot. I know it's a lot. So everything, we are going to talk about everything here tonight. How you can build that daily routine, things that you can do to get them better in whatever you want them to do. So this is a ripple effect of independence. Like before, the topic talks about independence. How can you build it? Because one thing about occupational therapy, our goal is how can this child or this individual still function independently without depending on the caregiver or the parents, or without depending on anybody around them. So that is our main goal. Our main goal is how can this individual still function independently in their environment. It is very, 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 very important. So the ripple effect of independence, we have the first one is it builds confidence and self-esteem. The importance of independence. Number one, it builds what? It builds confidence and self-esteem. When your child, just imagine you give your child an activity to do, maybe to just brush the teeth. And the child normally throws tantrums, cry before he or she carry out that activity. But when you've put some things in place, like you give your child some challenging tasks to do, and the child is not even depending on waiting for mama or papa to brush his teeth, it builds confidence and self-esteem. And also independence, the ripple effect of independence. The second one is it reduces meltdowns and frustration. Once you can connect with your child, the meltdown will reduce and the frustration will reduce. Some parents don't even know why their child does not tolerate brushing. They'll just tell you that, I don't know, I've tried my best, he's not brushing his teeth. I've tried my child to wear a particular type of cloth. He or she is not even tolerating the body tech, the clothes texture. Why? It is because you've not connected enough with your child. You need to connect enough with them for you to know how to correct them. You need to understand your child. Even as an adult, you need to understand your friend. Oh, why is he behaving this way? Oh, my friend is always in a low mode because whenever he or she goes to work, or whenever he or she, maybe a boss lash out at her, or that is where she's always sad, or whenever she's going through a lot, that's where she's always sad, that's where she's not online, that's where she's not. So it also tells on our child. So we need to connect before correcting them. So independence, it reduces meltdowns and frustration. And the next one, it prepares for school and adulthood. I can't imagine. Okay, there was a day I was in school, because I work in a school, right? So a parent followed a child down to school. Okay, she came for an external exam. And the parents was crying. And I was like, why are you crying? She said, I don't know. I'm scared. My child cannot do a lot of things by herself. At what age? I'm very sure that child is around 10 years. My child cannot, I'm scared. She can't stay in the hostel alone. Why? Because my mind, I'm like, why are you scared? So I asked her, she told me a lot of things. Why she's scared is because she has not trained that child to be independent, which is very, 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 very important. It prepares for school and adulthood. And last one, it gives you back time and peace. When you build their confidence level, it gives you this peace and assurance that, oh, my child can do this. My child can independently brush his or her teeth without any guidance or without any adult lead. My child can put on his or her shirt without being guided. Why? Because the parent has put in some things in place. So that's that about the independence. Let's move on to the next slide. So one thing about occupational therapy, the OT secret sauce, which is the task analysis. Please, if you can still hear me, please just react with an emoji. Thank you. So task analysis. What is task analysis? Task analysis means breaking big, overwhelming tasks into bite-sized, achievable baby steps. Breaking activities. It's just like an adult when you wake up early in the morning. You don't want to have a you don't want to have a busy day. You don't want to have a stress day. What do you do when you wake up early in the morning? You do your normal routine. You can write it down. First, I want to have my prayer routine. Second, have my bathe, brush, all of those things. That is also a task analysis. Breaking down things you want to do before you go into the day. So imagine a child that is on spectrum. You are giving the child a task to carry out, and you've not explained to the child either via visual presentation, or explaining via the visual schedule, the explanation, and you just give the task. Okay, Papa, what can I call the child's name? Fikayomi, I want you to put on your shirts. And the child is like, shirts. The child is in front of a wardrobe, and it's like, shirts. That's what he's saying in his mind. Shirts, shirts. He's confused. He doesn't know what you ask him to do, but he knows that shirts. He knows what a shirt is. But you're not telling him what shirt he should pick, where he should pick the shirt from. All of those things matter. So it is breaking big, overwhelming tasks into bite-sized, achievable baby steps. So now this is a diagram. We have overwhelming task. This is a big task in front of us. What do? You cut it down. You break it down. Bite-sized, achievable, the baby steps. It's just like a child that is growing. You can't expect a child of a year-old child to be jumping. It is not possible at that stage, right? So at that particular stage, a child can't be jumping and be doing Simon Says activities, because the child can't achieve that purpose at that particular stage. So you need to break down activities before giving out an activity, especially a child that is on spectrum. Even as an adult that is disorganized, that is not an organized person. Okay, your boss can give you this activity. I want you to do this activity. The adult is confused. Activity. What do I need to do? Who do I need to meet? You need to break down your activity, schedule it. I need to schedule how to get to you. Let's say, for example, want to get to a destination. What do you do first? You ask for an address. You check the Google map. That is an activity that you break it down. It is a schedule. So just like get dressed, when you tell your child get dressed, get dressed. That's what the child is saying in his mind. Get dressed, get dressed. What am I getting dressed? The next thing for you to say is pick shirts. Plus put on arms. Put your arms into the shirts. There was a child that I worked with. This child is 8 years. Is it 8 years or 10 years? 10 years. And this child is a baby in his parents' hands, but in school is a baby, but we want him to be independent, right? So, but before we could do anything with the child, we need to seek consent from the parents. So I wrote to mom and dad that I don't want anybody to do anything for this child at home. Because when we're 10 years old, I have 2 caregivers. Why? The child cannot dress himself or do anything by himself. So what do I do for him in school? I put him in front of a mirror. That is a biofeedback mirror. The child is saying what he wants to learn. He's putting on the shirts. I told him to watch some videos, right? Put on the arms, button the t-shirt. So we started from putting on the shirt through the edge. We are getting there, we are going to get there. So it is a task. So when your child can successfully put on his or her shirts through the edge without any assistance, it is an achievement. What do you do at that time? You appreciate, you celebrate the child's win at that particular time. So let's look at real life routines. Turning theory into action for dressing, feeding, and hygiene. The reason why I uh put it together for dressing, feeding, hygiene, because these are the difficult routines or the common routines that parents actually find it difficult with, and that is why we are doing this tonight. So let's start with dressing. Fikayomi, dressing. You need to dress yourself. And the child is like dressing. You see that some parents say, my child is a choleric. Is repeating it's
Hi,
trying to tell you that it doesn't understand what you're telling it to do. So in his mind,
hopefully she can come so I will
hello,
complete
can you
my
hear me now?
conversation. And
Hello, can you hear me
thank
now?
God.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can everyone just mute in the background, please? Just so we don't disturb the presentation. Go ahead, Olatunde.
Hi, Ola, today you can go ahead.
Have we lost her? Olatunde, can you hear us?
If you're speaking, we can't hear you.
Oh, okay, I was unmuted.
Okay,
Can
we
you
can
hear
hear
me
you.
now?
We can hear you.
So, all right, let's start with dressing. So these are steps, simple steps that you can engage with your child to successfully dress him or herself. So we start from pick clothes from the drawer. So let's I want you to just picture life skills are everyday things that help our child feel capable and independent. Things like putting on clothes by themselves, eating a meal without constant help, brushing teeth without fighting every single night. So picture your child standing in front of the mirror, holding the toothbrush, and actually completing the full routines because they have a clear visual schedule showing every single step. So this is a schedule, a visual schedule that you can actually print out. You can actually print out. They put it in front of maybe in your child's room, in front of you can paste it in front of the wardrobe. So the child is looking at it. Oh, pick clothes from the drawer or bed. You pick your clothes, and the child is seeing a chair. Oh, sit down. The child is sitting down to maintain balance and focus. The child is seeing the picture of arms and head in one sleeve at a time. Oh, okay. Pull, adjust, and smile. And what does the parent do? Smooth it out and celebrate together. I did it. There was a time whereby there was a day that an autistic child, he has a very nice voice, a very very nice voice. So his facilitator encouraged him to sing in front of the students, and it was a lot of crowd, right? So this child, is always overstimulated by noise around him. So he tried. We've already trained him. Like we've done a lot of sensory inputs, activities, just for him to stay calm, even when in a noisy environment. So after he finished singing, what did we do? We told the students to celebrate him, and he was very very happy. The following day, he didn't even see it as a big deal to do that because the first day he did that, we celebrated him. So when your child does something that is very very or rare to do, celebrate them immediately. So this is a little step to independence. Choose clothes from drawer, lay clothes on bed. That's number two. Number three, put it on, put on underwear, arm through sleeves. The next one, put shirt on one arm in sleeve, through sleeve legs in pants. Five, put shirt over head. The six, put on pants legs in and pull up. So when you are telling your child to do all of these things, also show them the visual schedule to do this independently. Put on socks on feet. Put on shoes. Check in mirror and smile. Make sure that there's a mirror to give them the feedback that yes, you've done well for yourself. And you appreciate it might be a good job. It might be you can get a reward observation chart that you can get stickers when your child does anything good or well. You can just pick out the stickers, they paste it on the reward chart to remind your son that you've done well. Then at the end of the week, you can now count how many stickers your child has been able to achieve in that week. It is a reward. It is a reward. It is a reward system. We call it reinforcement. So you are reinforcing that behavior that yes, I did it on Monday, I did it on Tuesday. At the end of the week, celebrate that win. By it might be that, oh, because you've done well today, I will buy you this, I will buy you that. And as that time, you're also withdrawing that reward activity so that your child will not depend on the reward system. So let's move on to the next slide. So the second one, mid time. This is also a very difficult task for parents. These are visual schedules that you can also get. It might be in the kitchen, it might be in the dining room, room, or dining room. So your child is saying, watch and sit. Oh, okay, I need to wash and sit. Let me wash my hand first. Sit down, pick up fork or spoon. So you're picking it up. Oh, do you want this? Do you want that? You're pointing to your child. At first, it will be very, very difficult because it is we are introducing something new to them. So one thing let me tell you something. My profession has taught me to be very friendly around child. I'm this type of person growing up. I don't like children growing up. When the child cries around me, it's disgusting. Like, why are you crying? I don't like that sound. But one thing I've come to realize in my profession so far is now, when I say child, I'm playing, I'm like a baby. Miss, even my students, the ones in older year, like year 10 upward, year 11, year 12, they ask me when I'm having session with them, why are you treating like a baby? Like when they see me in my session sometimes, because I really want to relate with them. If you are too bossy or just sending them around without even doing anything, play. You can start with a doll or a baby doll. Oh, it is time to eat. Okay, baby doll, I want the baby doll to pick up. You can just make it fun activity, play therapy. Make sure you play around whatever you want your child to do. Not being cranky. And even if you are busy, please, you can educate your caregivers or the nannies. Try to educate them so that they can make it very easy for we therapists working with them also. So pick up spoon, fork, scoop and bring to mouth. Chew and swallow, wipe mouth and clear plates. All of this is the child is saying it, and you must be consistent. You cannot start on day 1 and you stop day 2, you stop day 3, then day 4, you are starting again. Therapy can't work that way. So you need to be very, very consistent in whatever you are introducing to your child. This is also another visual schedule. Wash your hands, sit at the table, pick up your spoon or fork, scoop or stab the food, bring the food to your mouth, chew and swallow. As you are doing that, make sure you model that to your child. Make sure, okay, there was a client that I worked with. The client reached out to me that I don't like my child picks varieties of food. She doesn't eat some certain type of food. So I want my child to eat some certain type of food. What do we do? I started the session, though there were a lot of things I implemented because I noticed that the child is on spectrum. So we introduced all of that. They still achieve what the parent wants us to achieve, right? So what did we do? We explored the child to the food, the different type of food. We went to the kitchen. We tried to cook together. I tried to, like spaghetti. The mom wants he or she, the child to eat spaghetti. We tried with the dry spaghetti, cooked it together, explore. She played with the spaghetti, the dry one. She played with it. I allowed her played with it. We picked the beans together. We picked the rice together. We played. It is what we call food exploration. I explored her to different kind of foods. Even it got to a point she was feeding, she wanted to put the dry food in her mouth. Then we now got to know that, oh, let us introduce the cooked food to her, which she finally got used to it, but not consistent. But we were able to achieve that. Okay, we tried the sensory activities, the tactile, all of those things in place, and she was able to achieve that. And mom too was consistent with the therapy intervention or plan. So take a sip of your drink, wipe your mouth with napkin, put your plate in this sink. So this is another hygiene, tooth brushing and hand washing. So many times parents will tell me, my child, whenever he uses the toilet, he doesn't wash his hands. Then I'm like, does he have any visual schedule in the bathroom? You must have visual schedule even before going into the bathroom. It must be displayed in front of the door or the bathroom door. Knock before you go inside. That is what we used to start. Before a child comes into my room, you must knock. Even if I don't tell you to come in, you won't come in because we are trying to a child to be independent in whatever he or she is doing, even when on spectrum. So it must be displayed there. Oh, I need to knock before I go into the toilet or before I go into any room. What do I do next after using the restroom? I what? Pull up my pants, wash my buttock. You can do a lot of things. You can even do toilet skill, place your child on a chair, then tell your child to pick an activity while the hand is being reversed backwardly, picking the item to the front. That is also you are trying to train your child how to wash his or her buttock up. Yeah. So yes, I try to train that in your child's to be independent. So all these things should be placed where you want your child to see it. You know, we did the training. A parent was like, I've done everything. This child, whenever she comes back from school, she doesn't know what to do. Then I'm like, have you put anything in place? Oh, sorry, have you put anything in place? What is in front of your door before your child goes in? Does your child knows that this is where to put off the shoes? This after putting on my shoes, I go into the bathroom to have my shower. Then I go next to have my dinner or whatever you want your child to have at that particular moment. It should be displayed. Visual schedule is very, very important. It should be displayed that, oh, this is the next thing for you to do. And immediately they do that, you appreciate them. It is very, very important. So we have wet brush and hard paste. Yes, some child have issues with their oral sensory aspects. They can't tolerate brushing, which is where therapy comes in to do a lot of sensory activities so that child can tolerate brushing. You know, sometimes see when it comes to bathing, some children don't like to bathe, and I ask, do you know if your child likes warm water or cold water? Do you even notice if your child tolerates the type of sponge, the bathing sponge you are using for your child? So you need to understand your child very well before you introduce anything to them or before you conclude that I've tried everything and my child has not seen any progress. So brush in circles, rinse mouth and brush. Remember what I said. Always make sure that there's a mirror in front of whatever you are doing whenever you want to teach your child a routine. So this is the brushing routine. Get your toothbrush first. Wet the brush. Put toothpaste on it. Brush upper teeth in circles. Brush lower teeth in circles. Brush your tongue gently. Rinse your mouth. Some children don't know how to rinse their mouth. They don't even know how to Google. You know, that is also a process. You need to model it consistently before they understand that process. So rinse the mouth, put it away. Then wash your hands, turn on water, wet hands, and you can even do there are a lot of songs. This is the way I wash my hands, wash. You can do a lot of things. You can implement a lot of things before you conclude that I've tried everything and my child, there's no progress. I don't know what to do anymore. You scrub hands, rinse hands, dry hands. So there's this child that a parent has really taught him this routine that wherever he goes to, he knows that the next thing after washing his hands is to dry his hands using the machine. So he came to our school and sometimes the machine doesn't work. What did we do? We replaced that routine because he's used to the routine. So we gradually introduce another routine to him by using tissue. So we asked mommy to bring him a dry clothes. So we introduced that with him that okay, is if you don't have a machine that is working to dry your hand, you can also use a napkin. And which he got used to it. It's also a process. The same way he got to him not dry and not going out of the toilet without drying his hand. It's the same process we used in replacing that. If there is no machine, you can also use a napkin. Turn off water, then throw towel away. So now these are daily schedule, the visual schedule that you can get. Parents, please, you can even So you can even give your nannies or caregivers this work to do. You see this visual schedule, we can actually get it from our organization. If you want to, you can drop it in the chat box. Miss Doye, I'm very sure she will reach out to you. The pets, we have pets, picture exchange, communication, flashcards, visual schedules. If you are very busy to get all of these things, you have access to them online. Just one thing you just need to do is just ask. Okay, visual schedule for daily routine schedule. Look at this daily schedule now. When a child wakes up, I wake up early in the morning. What do I do next? I brush my teeth. If this child is not seeing what you ask he or she to do, he doesn't understand. So brush teeth, bathe. After brushing your teeth, you have your bath. After you get dressed, after you eat breakfast, go to school. While in school, you have your lunch. Lunch, playtime. After playtime, learning. See, while your child, you can even try it this, you can try it tomorrow. When your child just wakes up, you just Mama, did you just wake up? Oh, good job. You just woke up. So let's click this. So let's move on to brush teeth. And the child is like, oh, brush teeth? Okay, I think I need to do that. Then the next thing is to have your bath, get dressed, eat a breakfast, go to school, have lunch, playtime, learning, home time, family time, homework, reading, dinner, making bed, then sleep. If your child can do this successfully, you appreciate that child immediately. You reward the child immediately. Immediately. This is another schedule. Get up, have breakfast, take a shower, get dressed, brush your teeth, go to school, exercise, do your homework. This is also another daily schedule. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. And this is a visual support for children with autism. We have the visual schedule, we have the brush, we have the breakfast, we have the visual timer. This visual timer is very, very important. Very, very important. In whatever I do in my session, I make sure I have my timer. Even as an adult, I tell myself the visual timer is there for me to tell me that your time is about to be up. It aids a child that has attention and concentration span, that a low concentration and attention span. Oh, Fikayomi, your time is going. Please, can you be fast? Look at your time. It's clicking. There's this timer that is in a sound form, where the sound is 1 minute. So when it's about to finish, you know that, oh, my sound is about to pour. It's about to, my time is about to finish, right? So you can also do visual timer. Transition cards. Some children have difficulty in transitioning. You know what I do that works best for me? Especially when a child is working with a preferred task. What do you do? Oh, Fikayomi, okay, do you know what? I'm going to give you this game. What you need to do is I'm giving you 5 minutes to have your game activity. But when we are done, we need to move on to another task. So when I count down, just know that you're about to move on to another task. You are placing the task, or you place 3 different activities in front of your child. And tell your child to choose one. Your child really has varieties. Choose one so that within that 3 tasks, you want it to transition to another task, right? Within that 3 tasks, it doesn't have a most preferred task out of it. So it doesn't have choice that to just choose out of that 3 tasks you want it to do. So there's a choice board, mango or orange. You want your child to, it is not easy. I know that it is not easy. Just like a child that doesn't eat, he likes cereals. So what did he tell the parent to do? We told the parent to grind another ingredient with the cereal so that when he opens so what he used to do is to smell the food before eating it. So if he smells that particular food, he will not eat it. He won't eat it. And he's seeing his friends eating. It took a while. It took about, is it not 1 year? Before this child can independently eat spaghetti and ketchup. And we asked daddy that, what did they notice at home? Dad said whenever they are eating, when he sees daddy eating, he tries to put the spaghetti in his mouth. So we encourage that whenever dad wants to eat, or whenever the child wants to eat, they should always eat together. So you see daddy eating the food, It makes him explore different kind of food, and he's doing well. He's eating different kind. Even when adults are eating biscuits, he will collect. Before, he will not. He doesn't like biscuits, but now we've introduced a lot of things to him. So there is a choice board, an emotion thermometer. Angry, you can display a different type of um uh, emotion cards. Baby, what's wrong? What do you want? You are showing it, especially a child that cannot talk, right? Or that is a choleric. Okay, I want you to choose just points. Sad, and you are showing it the sad face too. Not that you're not, you need to model the sad face to him. You need to model the happy face. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Consistency is the hidden edging. Consistency. Even as an individual, we all uh we all have issues with consistency. Main takeaway, consistency beats perfection. A child's brain thrives on knowing exactly what happens next. That is that is consistency. That is the brain. Whatever you introduce to the brain is what the brain will give back to you. So a child's brain thrives on knowing exactly what happens next. We have number one, routine. That is why some parents will say, my child, I cannot break the routine. My child is used to this routine. I don't know what else to do. Yes, we acknowledge that the child is good at whatever he's doing as his own routine and it can't be changed. But there are a lot of things that you can still do to change that routine so that the child can know that, oh, this is not what you will do all through while going to school. Like a child that's like a child that knows that, oh, okay, when I get to school, I am to pass the staircase. Like there's a child in my school that I worked with. So he likes passing away. Like there's a like before coming to the class, there's this narrow path that he likes to pass. He will not follow where others are going to. So what do I do? I'll just stay in front of him. Okay, you don't want to take that way. I want you to take that way. So it was consistent before we could build him following the other way because he's already used to that routine. You need to do a lot of activities, fun play, modeling, social stories, a lot before the child can break that routine and move on to another routine. So number two, predictability. You are predicting, oh, my child, it's supposed to know how to, it's supposed to know so parents, when you tell the parent that your child cannot, so like that's when I said I worked with the as soon as the mom at the end of the day were happy that thank you so much. My child can now he can use his hands to do one or two things. I am so happy. And I'm like, do you know what? Because he used to tell me, Miss Praise, are you sad? I said, yes, I am sad because you don't want to put on your shirts. Be that, oh, are you misplaced? Yes. So, but now the parents are happy that they can do it independently because that's just our own main goal as an occupational therapist. So, cooperate with your child. Like I said earlier, you need to connect with them before correcting a behavior. It is very, very certain. A child that just throw tantrums. What I used to do when a child throw tantrums, the child will be in the session room, right? The child is safe and calm. Well, okay. There's no any self-injurial any equipment or anything that can injure him, right? Throw your tantrum. But after scattering my room where you are calm, I make sure that child packs everything up. Everything. Why? Because the next time he will tell you he's throwing tantrum, he's going to keep on doing that same behavior. And if you don't correct it, you'll see it as normal thing. So I make sure, okay, fine, I acknowledge that you are throwing tantrum, but when you're calm, we will address this. Then you need to pack all the things that you've scattered. I might join him to do that, but I will not tidy up. I will not do that for the child. The child will do that, then I cannot guide the child or give him support. So the golden rules, number one, same time every single day. When you want to introduce a routine, same time every single day. It might be in the morning, early in the morning. Oh, Fikayomi is in front of the room, mirror. You can tell your nannies or caregivers. You can educate them. I want you to pick up your shirt, a blue shirt. The child is putting on the blue shirt. Put it through your head. You are doing it every day. Every day. That is what we are doing in therapy. That's what some parents to say. You'll be doing this thing every day. We've not seen any improvement. When we started with this child cannot do it at all. But now this child cannot do it with physical prompts. This child cannot do it with guidance. This child cannot do it with visual prompts. This child cannot do it with minimum prompts. You see that there's a progress. For physical, for modeling, for visual, that is a progress. But parents will be like, it's the same thing. But when we break it down to them that when we started with this child, he could not do it. He could not even focus on the task. We were doing it with guidance, full support, hand over hand prompts. But now, minimal prompts, visual, physical, verbal prompts, gestural prompts. That's a progress. Secondly, always use a visual schedule. You can place it in the front of the bathroom. You can place it in front of the entrance while going into the child's room. While he or she is going into her room, she's seeing a visual schedule saying, put off your shoes. It's just like we as an adult. You are going to we went for an event. I want to make use of the restroom. Imagine me as an adult. I did not look at what is on the bathroom door, that this is a maid toilet, and I entered the maid toilet. Will they tell me that a maid entered and said, what are you doing? You didn't see what is written on the board or on the door. So it is a schedule, visual schedule, that they will get used to it, that as time goes on, you fade it off. You remove the schedule and let me see if this child can do this thing without seeing the visual schedule. That is also another thing. So number 3, keep it to 3 to 5 steps maximum per routine. So keep it to 3 to 5 steps. Okay, today, let's do pick up shirts. Let's do after pick up shirts, sit down. After sitting down, put your shirts, put it over your head. That is an achievement. You tick it. Oh, good job. You did it. And the boy is like, oh, wow, why is she happy? Was it because of I did that? Oh, okay, I'm going to do that more. I will do that also so that I can see more. I can make mama happy and excited. So your own toolkits, what to use and when. This is a daily schedule. This is the visual schedule. The visual schedule, what it is a picture map of multiple steps. Best for guiding a whole morning, afternoon, and bedtime flow. It is time for you to go to bed. There should be a schedule that after this, that, you are to go to bed next. Check your child's room. Does he sleep while the light is on or off? Check the color, the color of the paints in his room. Is it well regulated? You can play some music. Oh, is it that when I bathe my child in the night, he sleeps well? Or is it that when I don't bathe him, he doesn't sleep well? You can play some music therapy, relaxing therapy music. Just make it slow. Is it that my child, you can do some heavy activity, even in the night? You can tell your child, oh, Fikayomi, let's do Simon Says Game. Simon Says Game is jumping, he's touching his head, he's already overwhelmed. What will he do? He will go to bed on time. He's doing wall pushing activity. You tell your child, let's push the wall. You can even put a picture of a car on the wall and tell your child, oh, let's push the car. You know, that is car. We need to push the car. Let's go 50 times. Let's go 30 times. Let's go 20 times. And your child is overwhelmed already. Every activities. You can tell your child to push the chair, the couch in the sitting room. It is also an activity. So your child has undergone all those activities. He or she will be overwhelmed, be tired, and wants to go to bed. So we have the first then board. We have the first then. So this first then, what is it? It is a simple 2-step motivation tool. Oh, good job. What do we do now? So let's do this activity. There you have this. I want you to fix these Lego blocks. When you do this, I'm going to give you thumbs up or high five. Oh, I'm going to give you a coin. You can have some coins that you can have a box. Then when your child does anything well, you pick the coin, you tell your child to put it into a box. You tell your child that this is a money. You know, a lot of things. You just encourage your child to do more. So this is the first then board activity. You first do this, then you do this. You first have your bait, then you eat. It is very, very difficult. But once you are intentional, that is the word. As a therapist, we are intentional about child's improvement. Excuse me, I used to tell my parents, see, therapy begins at home. Therapy begins at home. Before I work with a child, a parent, I used to tell them, whatever I'm going to do with your child, it depends on the parents. I don't say I'm going to do everything. If the parent is not in if the parent is not consented to whatever you are doing, their therapy is in vain. Parents is the core lead. The therapy begins at home. So whatever you are doing with your child, it starts from the house. It begins from the house. So you first have this, then this. You will first have mango, then before you eat your food, or you eat your food, then you have a mango, or you have an apple. So it's best for getting through a single tough task. First tidy up, then play outside. Imagine your at age, even a child that is on spectrum, you can teach your child how to lay the bed. Oh, let's tidy up. There we go, play outside. It's bubble gate time. You know, your child is looking forward to bubble gate time. It will be an encouragement and reinforcement for the child to tidy up so that the child can go for recess or can go for lunch time or anything. So these are the different types of cards. We have first tidy up, then outside. Today we will first read our book, then we do bubbles. We will first read math, science, social studies, then we do PS5. My afternoon routine, you have the routine to-do list, then finish. You see the finish gap down at this down part, yeah. So good job, you take it. Then we have evening, dinner, bedtime, reading, and bedtime. So 3 golden rules for parents. Please start small. It is not easy. Even a child that is not a spectrum, sometimes they are very confused. They don't even know what to do. They are very disorganized. So please pick one routine at a time to change. Then the next one, use visuals. Pictures speak much louder than words. Celebrate everything. Praise the efforts, not just the perfect results. Let's say, for example, your child does not, anytime he goes to the restroom, he does not put his shirt up. If your child does achieve that goal, celebrate him. Make he or she sees that, oh, you did this, good job. You can carry the child up, turn him around, play, and let the child feel important that you've done this. I give you your reward. So you start small, use visuals, celebrate everything. Common roadblocks and easy pivots. So this is a roadblock, overcomplicating the steps. You are overcomplicating the steps. So what do? You keep it, you keep it You keep it strictly to 3 to 5 broad steps, like I said earlier. Another roadblock, giving up after 2 days. Please don't give up. Stick to the new routine for a full 40 days to build predictability. At least 40 days, achieve that. Oh, we'll be able to achieve this. Good job. And see that there will be a progress and improvement. I'm very sure of that. Another roadblock, doing it for them to save time. Okay, time up. Let me quickly rush you to you are going home. Let me quickly have your base. This, and that. Like I said, you can educate your caregivers or nannies that have this time to do all of these things for them. Pivot, pause, wait 5 seconds and point to the visual schedule instead. When you are giving a child of spectrum instructions or instruction, please don't make it too much. 3 steps, 4 steps instructions. Break it down. Call their name. Fikayomi, give 5 seconds. Take this book to the table. 5 seconds, you are waiting. But when you are rushing the instruction, and that's also parents to say, I told him to put the book on the table, but he only went to the table. That was what his brain was able to pick, table. His brain was only able to pick table. And if the brain was unable to pick the remaining of the instruction, so pause, wait 5 seconds and point to the visual schedule. Then a reminder for you, you do not have to change everything today. Just one little step creates big momentum. Give yourself and your child grace to do a lot of things themselves. You do not have to change everything today. It is not possible to change everything today. But it's a progress. It needs to be consistent. You need to be intentional. So just one little step creates big momentum. Give yourself and your child grace. Your 7-day action plan. Please, I want us to do this. Everybody. Pick one skill tonight, either dressing, feeding, or hygiene. Print or draw a simple 4-step visual schedule. You can print it out. Get excuse me, get get the glue, print it out, stick it on the cardboard. Then the child is seeing it. Try it tomorrow morning and celebrate the effort. Commitment time. Type the one skill you are choosing for tomorrow into the chat right now. Parents, type that one skill you are choosing for tomorrow into the charts right now. I'm waiting for us. So let's take the next step together. Every child challenge, every child. So let's take the next step together. Every child is unique. Let's talk about your specific challenges and tailor these tools for your home as an organization, Autism Circle of Support. We are here to support all parents. We are here to listen to you. It is a support group whereby you can drop a lot of things you are going through and you want us to help you. And we come in to pull you through, to let you be in charge of your child's progress and improvements. So, now, questions and answer session. I think.
Thank you so much, Olatunde. That was fantastic. I picked up a
Thank
few
you.
skills, giving me a reminder of patience and yeah, also the emphasis on it starts at home. I think it's always a challenging one, especially when you feel like you don't have enough hours in the day to what was I going to say? To enforce them or to put them into your routine at home. But it does help. I know that it does help. It's not always easy to follow it. It does take time, which is, something you've said, and I would emphasize is, you have to be in it for the long haul. If you are just looking for quick wins and you want to see changes, especially when you have a child on the spectrum, even two children. I've got two children on the spectrum and they are so very, very different. So yes, don't compare them. Even you do the same with a neurotypical child. It does take time, does take consistency. I would definitely agree. It's about making sure that you're doing it all the time, and it's okay to fail at times. I think what I find speaking to parents is you always want to be perfect. You want to, be able to do it and, find the time to do it. And, you've got all these resources. Another thing is going to appointments. So when you do see therapists and you see multiple therapists, there is loads of things that you might get at once, and then you start feeling overwhelmed. It was just, speak up, tell your therapist if it's the OT, if it's the speech and language, just let them know what your child is doing elsewhere as well, because it will also be overwhelming for your child. So, yes, thank you so much, Olatunde. I'm sure there must definitely be questions from the audience this evening. So, I will stop speaking because I can continue to speak and talk about my experience. But has anybody got any questions for Olatunde? You've got her here this evening. You can ask her anything you want to about. I'm just going to have a look and see if there's anything in the chat. Okay, go ahead, Ogana. Welcome. Good evening.
Good evening. First of all, saying thank you. Praise has done a great job with this presentation, but something I would like to ask, and it's basically about the meal plan. So we do know that some of our children are aversive to certain things, and we're supposed to keep them on a healthy diet. So we're looking at fruits, vegetables, we're looking at fats and oil, basically having them eating meals that are healthy. But some people would say supplements goes a long way. So if you have children who are struggling with eating certain meals, like I know some children struggle with vegetables and they actually need these multivitamins in their meals, is there a way we could replace them with prescribed supplements? Is it healthy? Is it safe to make up for the lack of vitamins in meals with approved, medically approved prescriptions like vitamins and supplements? Thank you.
Well, that's a big question. Go, Olatunde, do you want to answer? We
Okay,
can.
so you were saying that is it so before can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Before
hear
I
you.
go ahead, ma'am, have you tried a lot of this supplement or this meal that you think are you saying that it doesn't or your child doesn't eat those
No,
all of those things?
my child does. Like, and but he's one in. Yeah, I'll probably say let me know because I'm not sure with the statistics, but he's a rare occurrence because we started from a very early age, even before we knew he was on the spectrum, right? We would give him fruits and vegetables, right? And he loves eating cucumbers. He enjoys carrots. He loves munching on them as a snack. But I'm saying there are some children I've come across who can't eat these vegetables, or maybe because of the texture, whatever reasons, they would scrape the vegetables off their plates and just focus on the yummy, delicious part. If it's chicken, they'd rather eat the chicken nuggets and eat the chips. But anything that has vegetables on it, they move it aside and leave it for you to eat. So I'm saying for other children whose parents might be here, do you think it's ideal that we could replace some of these veggies that they're not taking, some of these nutrients, with prescribed supplements? We're looking at B. I know vitamin B supplements are recommended, and some other ones that I don't want to mention. But is it okay that we can use supplements to replace the shortage of these vitamins in their meals?
Yes, but it cannot fully replace the normal meals that is being expected of them to eat. It cannot fully replace. So because all of these vegetables, fruits, there are minerals, there are some that just isolated vitamins and minerals. They contain the dietary fiber, some contains and the reason why these children cannot even tolerate this texture is because of the texture, the flavor, and sensory variety. So some do blend it. You can they grind it, they grind the vegetable, they process it. So there's some food that you can process instead of them eating or chewing because some children don't tolerate chewing of those vegetables, beans. So what do we advise to do sometimes? You can just blend it like smoothies now. So like smoothies now, we can when it comes to smoothies, there's some things that they can we can also implement by blending a lot of fruits together. Like apple now, not all children on spectrum can chew apple. So what do we do? And banana, what do we do? We just blend it together and let's see if they can still, maybe it's the flavor that they can't tolerate or is the texture aspects. Do you understand? So, but supplements, it can bridge gaps and help prevent or correct deficiencies like vitamin D, all those calcium. But when a child eats a very limited diet, however, they are temporary support too, but not a long-term substitute for real food. Because children on autism, they show why picking eating can lead to lower intake of certain nutrients. Many kids still get baseline needs from the food they do eat. So supplements sometimes cause excess of nutrients like vitamin A, folic acid, folic acid, zinc, which can be harmful. So why failing to fix other gaps like fiber or specific missing malaria, minerals. So I think that you should still, like I said, you can just do some processing foods instead of we say that we can use supplements. It cannot replace for to my own knowledge. I don't know if anybody have anything to say. It can't be replaced. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, so I was writing in the chat. Sorry, Olatunde, you were speaking. I would definitely agree. Supplements can't replace. Just probably for my recent experience, and I'm currently going through this. So my youngest, who's 10 years old, so Gabriel, was recently diagnosed with ARFID. I'm not sure if they diagnose, because it's a recent kind of um diagnosis in the UK. I think it's been around for a couple of years. So ARFID is avoidance restrictive food intake disorder. So that's alongside his autism and ADHD. So it's really around the kind of behavioral, it's a psychological condition. So it is an eating disorder. So he has that. It's really challenging trying to get him to eat a variety of food. And it's not just he's a bit fussy where you have children who say, oh, they're fussy, they won't eat this or won't. He really won't change his routine or eat something different. He would starve. So we've been away and he's just refused to eat. And it's scary as a parent. So yes, we are having therapy for him. Also looking at loads of different routines, like you said, Olutinde, it was around that, exploring the foods, touching, smelling, looking, touching, licking, which it takes time. You have to have a lot of patience, and I think you have to have a lot of patience anyway when you are a parent who has a child who's neurodivergent. Um, so, I would say supplements definitely don't replace. I would say they aid. So he's lacking in a lot of different things. So has a lot of different deficiencies, but it's just trying to use that to get his nutrients up a little bit. But that also is very challenging to get that into him for him to take. But yeah, that was a tough question as well. But yeah, very worthwhile. And I appreciate it because yeah, I know
Yes, it's
I'm going
actually
through
a
that.
tough question because I'm like, I'm not in the tuition, but my experience, you answered that. So yeah, thank you, ma, for
Thank you.
that question. Any other questions?
Any other question? Have we got any other questions? Let me just have a look in the chat. Let me just see if there's any um questions. Just bear with. I can't see any in the chat. I'm just going to see if there's any questions that were. Is Doing Solo still on?
I'm not sure.
No. Any
Yeah.
any questions in the room? No questions? What was your thoughts of tonight? Did you find the webinar, was it useful? Was it things that you haven't heard before? What are you going to? Because I can't see who's made a commitment today. And actually, Olatunde is like me. I want people to make a commitment after attending a webinar, even when I'm doing training at work. What is it you taken away from today? Yep. So Ramat said that was told to buy supplements with DHA for brain development. Yep, I know a lot. So go ahead, Doinsola's here. What questions have we got, Doinsola?
I think
What I want to ask,
mom is raising up her hand.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't see. Who's
sorry, I'm
I
not too
think
techie savvy to put it on before. I hope you don't mind my speaking out.
No,
I,
good.
I found it very, very interesting.
Thank you.
Will we be getting the slides?
So we'll have the recording up and we can share the slides after. Yes. As long as we have your email address, if you registered via
Yes.
Eventbrite, we'll have your details.
Thank you very much for doing this. I think it's something that people from, let me see, our culture need to be aware of,
Yeah,
and they're not. So
absolutely.
if you don't mind, I will share it to raise
Good.
awareness.
Great.
And
That's
people
what we
don't,
want.
I have people who have children with autism. I don't think they've ever heard of your service.
Oh, really? That's
Yes.
why we're here. So today, I'm hoping after today, then they will hear about our service and they'll use it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Doyin go ahead, please. Oh, we might have a question. Sorry, there's a question in the chat. So, what is the best way to manage a situation when a child under the spectrum throws a tantrum uncontrollably and not stop? Olotunde.
All right.
That's
So I do say that before a child throws any tantrums, there's always a trigger.
hmm
So there is a trigger before throwing tantrum. It might be that I want to eat. It might be that I am tired. Why are you still giving me an activity to do? They are communicating something to you. It might be that the weather is hot. So there's this child in my school where I worked before. Whenever it's raining, during rainy season, is always throwing tantrum. Like when I say tantrum, you see him eating himself, biting himself, and we're like, what's wrong with this boy? Then we did a lot of assessment and we got to know that during rainy season, so it's cold. So it's telling you I'm cold and it doesn't talk. It doesn't have a speech. So it's telling I'm cold. I don't know what to, I'm cold. I need help. It's calling out for help. So there are different type of tantrums. Let me just differentiate that because tantrum can be that, oh, mommy does not want to give me something. Okay, maybe mommy collect something for me. Let's say, for example, a child that is playing a game or playing using the Lego blocks, and you took it away from the child. The child throws tantrum. Immediately, the child throws tantrum or crying, throwing everything away, all of those things. What do we do? If there is, what you just do is you can hug the child immediately. Tight hug. That is what we call deep pressure. You like a very tight hug. When I mean tight hug, you hug the child very, very firm, and you are counting. 1, 2, you can count to 20, you can count to 30. At that time, you can just really go on your phone, YouTube, play me a relaxed music, therapy music, anything. That music is going on. At the same time, you can also rock your child while the hug is going on. So you are hugging the child, you can do head tapping. You can tap the head or cover the child's ear. We call it ear muffs. It is an exercise. Or at that time, let me try to connect my video here so that you can see what I'm talking about. So can you see me? So that time that the child is throwing tantrum and the child is not calm, right? Like I said, you can do hug. Like you are hugging the child very, very tight and you are counting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. At the same time, you can also do joint compression. So you are holding the arm, you are talking about holding the joints, the muscles that is inhibiting such behavior at that particular moment. So that is a calming activity that you can do at that moment. So make sure the child is in a safe environment, a very safe environment, so that the child will not get any injury or any other thing. Make sure that the child is in a safe environment. So you can do the deep pressure, you can do all of those to calm him down, you can cover his ear, you can do the head tapping, a lot of things that you can put. We call it sensory integration strategies. You can even do this. You are coming, you are pulling the joints in the finger, you are pulling it, then you pull back, in, out. You go, till you are done. You can even do it to the child's toes. So you can get, if you have a therapy ball, you can just throw the therapy ball to the child immediately. Catch, and turn it to fun. Remember, if the child is in an environment and has scattered all of those things, when it's calm, please make sure he tidies up that environment. It is very, very important. So it's also telling him that, oh, I don't want to throw tantrum because if I throw tantrum, I'm going to tidy and I don't want to tidy up. So the child is calm. Yes, I acknowledge that you are throwing tantrum. But when you are done, this place that you scattered, I'm not going to tidy it up for you. You're going to tidy everything. You're going to tidy your environment. So that when you want to throw tantrum next time, I don't want to. Let me stay calm. Let me stay calm. Let me stay calm. I don't want to tidy up any environment or go through any stress. So I think I've been able to answer your question. So that's because it's actually late. Thank you.
Thank you. I think there's another question. Sorry, let me just
Okay.
maybe this will be the last. So I'm not sure because they've joined through their phone, but there is no name. So I'll just read it. So how do you convince a parent who has a child who you think is on the spectrum to take the child for evaluation? I am a teacher and listening to this ch to this child to this child, I think I teach just kept popping up in my mind, and I'm just sad I didn't have extended grace for him. So I mean, this is a teacher who is, and this is quite common, isn't it? So this is a teacher who's seen that this child is struggling, knows that the likelihood is that this child is on the spectrum, but parents are
Okay.
yeah, not
All
convinced.
right.
So how do you,
So
what would you
before
say?
you can, our parents are sometimes in denial. But one thing we used to do at my place of work, we have a lot of evidence. They used to say, you are just saying everything, no evidence. You have records, videos, everything is recorded. So that when you're talking, you have something to back up what you're saying. I can't imagine I'm a parent and you're telling me my child slapped somebody and there's no evidence that my child slapped somebody. I'm not going to believe you. He might have done that, but as a parent, I would not want you to say that to my child or say that about my child. So where there is recording videos that this child was biting himself or herself, or this child was straight tantrums, or this child is always alone, not talking to anybody in school, you can just do video. It can be 1 minute, mom and dad, and you are telling them, you are sending it to them every day, every blessed day. So as you're doing that, you are involving your line manager. You are involving the school management. So you step down for the school management to come in. So the school management come in, they will call it a session, or they will not call it therapy session. They'll just call it that we want to meet with so person's parents. Then from there, the parent might have received the videos and might not acknowledge it. From there, the school management or the senior management team might just show her the video. Okay, these are the evidences that we have together. Though we don't know what is happening with your child, but we have professionals that can come in to do assessment for your child in the school. You don't necessarily think that, oh, okay, it's money or something. You can just bring in a professional so that your child can learn more, so that your child can speak more, so that your child can do this more and more. So I think that is what you can do for now. Get videos, get records to show them that these are the things that your child is doing in our school, and it is not safe for all the students. Other parents are already complaining about it. Do you understand? So you can do that at first. They get schedule a meeting. Then from a meeting, the teacher is present. Other people that works with the child, they are present. So that it will be that I'm the only one seeing that, or I'm the only one observing that. Other teachers too can say one or two things that, oh, this is what we've observed so far. Then from there, you start therapy with the parents, then with the child, they go on and on. So yeah, thank you.
Thank
So I think
you.
I can see another
Yep, I'm going to read that to
question
you.
here. How
So
can you
that's
work
it.
with
You've
okay.
opened, as I say, kind of worm. So how can you work with an 8-year-old who cannot write or even hold a pencil? How can you also advise the parent to meet with a therapist? So there's a couple of questions. The first bit
Okay,
of
I
it
think
is how can you work
I've
with an 8?
mentioned about how you can
Yeah,
advise. I think I've mentioned how you can advise the parent to meet with the
yeah.
therapy. So, but how can you work? The child fine motor skill is affected. It is the muscle tone in the hand is very, very low. So what do you need to do? You need to give the child a lot of activities. You need to do a lot of activities for this child to be able to build the strength in the hand. So I don't want to use big language so that you can understand what I'm trying to say. So let's say for the child cannot even, aside from able pencil, can the child hold a little tiny object? Is the pizza grip firm? Is the tripod grip firm? So all of these things need to be before a child can the child even scribble? Can the child even color? A child that cannot color, that cannot scribble, that cannot that cannot scribble, that cannot even cut. Some child cannot even cut. So all of these activities needs to be, you need to work on the dexterity, on the muscles in the hands before the child can be able to write, even old pencil. Some children old pencil this way, some children old pencil this way, some children even old pencil, oh my god, this way. This is, let's say this is a pencil. So they are just holding it this way, this way. They don't know how to hold it. So there are a lot of things that you can do together. It's a lot. This is another topic on its own. So I think I've been able to. It's another topic on its own. It's what we call fine motor skill. So fine motor skill is how can this child manipulate little tiny objects. And the little tiny object is the pencil, is the pen, beading. Some child cannot successfully bead. They can't successfully do a lot of. So it's another topic on it. So thank you.
Yeah, I think
So how
that
can you advise the parents to meet with a therapist? Like I said, a lot of recordings, a lot of back to back, meet with the parents. There's a way, the tone you use also matters. I can't imagine you are shouting, you are being aggressive, you are telling me I need a therapy. I am not seeing it in the. There's some things that you tell a parent, and the parent that is very, very. Some people will say, I cannot talk with this parent because she's very harsh. She's this. There's a way you will talk to their spirit, mind, and soul, and they will listen to you. That I think I see what this lady is saying. I think I accept what she's saying and all of those. So you need to work on that. So communication, how do you communicate it? That might is it your child needs therapy? This your child there? She cannot even walk, she cannot even write, she cannot even do this. No, it's not that way. It can't I can't be a parent telling me that. No, I'm not going to accept that. But you should have done a lot of this. Mom, I've done this, I've done these activities with your child. I said that she's struggling with it, and I'm not good. I'm not good at that aspect. I'm not a professional. So we have a lot of professionals that we can implement, do all of these things together to make your child thrive well. All those sweet things that you can tell to parents. That's true, that's true. So yeah, thank you.
So there's two more, and I think that'll be it. So we won't take any more Port Day. Right. It's good. How do I manage screen time? This is from Ramat. How do I manage screen time? She is glued to the TV always.
Okay. So it's one of my clients that is very
This is
good.
also a big one.
It's also part of routine, like I said earlier. It is what you've introduced to the child. That's just the bitter truth. So it is very difficult for you to take that from the child. Maybe when mommy or dad is busy, the next thing is I look at I look at the TV, play a lot of, and they're this type, but they have that memory that whatever they are watching, they might get to school one day, they are doing an activity, they don't think, mommy go screening, and the child is scripting, all of those, come here. An autistic child is always someone always that they are glued to TV always. The child might just be sitting down below. Bobby, come here. Bobby, what is that? Oh no, oh no, oh what the child.
Oh, I think your audio's, we can't hear you.
So, can you hear me now?
Oh, it's come back now. It's come back. We can hear you. Okay,
Is it
so
clear now?
we can hear you now.
Okay. So all of these things because of what you've introduced to the child. So how can you do this? It is not going to be easy. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to sweet talk that. So what you can do is, first of all, you can take the remote away. Take the remote away. Don't allow the child knows where the remote is. Right? So where she's she's going to cry, she's going to disturb you. You can just distract and give her another thing that you need to do this instead of this. Okay, like I said, if she has a lot of schedule, where she have a schedule that she needs to do for that day, you can just give her a choice board of first this, then this. So I want you to do your assignment. Then you watch TV for 2 minutes. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you are timing her. As time goes on, you will fade off that activity and replace it with something else. I want you to watch this 2 minutes. You see your child 2 minutes. She's the one that will even tell you 10, 9, 8, 7, she's counting that by herself that, oh, it's time is almost up. Why? Because there's a consistent in place. So you need to be consistent in whatever you want to achieve with an autistic child or child that is on spectrum. You need to be very, very consistent. So a child that is very glued, take away the remote, don't allow the child to even see it at all. Talkless of the child will think that mom kept the remote. If he or she did not see it, the remote, you can even join her to look for the remote together. Oh, remote, oh, where's it? I can't find. And she will cry, she will get used to it and just, so yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Time is.
This is it. This is the last one. So this is from Osakam Ann. So this is, how can I achieve blow in an oral motor skill for my client? I've tried straw, room water, balloons, recorder, even bubbles, but all to no avail. So this is about the oral motor skills.
So, you said you've tried a lot of things that she cannot still blow bubbles, right? So there are a lot of massage. We call it oral massage. It is a therapy that's very, should I say, is therapy secret. I don't know how to put it. So we have oral massage where some therapies use honey, some use honey, some use grease. They massage the mouth, they massage around the jaw. Then you can get the bubble also, the bubble blow. So you need to model, you need to massage the joints. The joints for that activity or the muscles might be very low. So I can't conclude because me, I don't conclude with whatever I hear. I like to do assessments first before I can say, oh, this is why he or she is not doing that. So we can't conclude maybe the joint or whatever is low or something, but we do oral massage, they use the honey, we do a lot of activities just to, but if the child can talk, can say some things, that should not be a big deal, right? Since the child can do other activities, blow balloon, talk, speak, the speech is coming out, it's clear, it's not. So just continue with it. Just continue with the massage. But if your child can speak, can make sounds, that is okay. Not all adults can blow balloon. That is, I know some adults that can't blow, and they're not on spectrum. They're not on spectrum. They can't blow balloon. That's just the way it is for them. So yeah, thank you. I hope I've answered your question. Like,
Okay, fantastic. I'm just going to remove the pin so we can see the room. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Please give a round of applause with the emoji for Olatunde. She's one of our fantastic volunteers. She's our lead volunteer, our parent liaison officer or volunteer. What I would say is what you can do to help and support her is to join our parent WhatsApp group. If you haven't already joined our parent WhatsApp group, Olatunde is in charge of that. She is engaging with parents every day. I would say if you're one of the parents that's joined us here tonight, please do encourage her by responding to our messages. I know sometimes it's difficult when you've got loads of groups, but it keeps her going. It's also she's trying to get some understanding of what are the needs of the parents in our community, so our ACS family, so we can make sure we tailor the webinars to what there is a need for, and also to make sure that you're getting the support that you need. So if you haven't already, drop your number or you can contact us, drop us an email, and yeah, let us know if you want to join the WhatsApp group. So yeah, thank you so much, Olatunde. Thank you all for joining, staying this late. I know it's late for everybody. So I'm wishing you a wonderful weekend. Have a blessed week to come, and we will see you. Please join us. We have our webinar on the Thursday, if you can. It's at 7 p.m. I think the link is in the chat. We will also, if you haven't already got it yet, so also drop your email. We can send an email out to you to let you know. So all of those who have signed up for today, we will email you and let you know the details for Thursday. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care and have a good night.